Hey everybody, we're back at Busted Knuckle. Doing a little work in the shop today. Our four-wheeler here, it's a 88 Honda 4Trax 300 two-wheel drive, the no brakes edition. Um, Decided it wanted to take a crap, and we're in here working on bearings today. Bearings and basically this whole part right here, the rear differential has, I'm assuming it has grenaded. So if you look, we're pretty much locked in, and it's like you're trying to, you'd think it'd be in gear doing that. It's actually, that's neutral. This thing is typically easy to turn, but as you can see, we've got quite a bit of play here, and that should not be like that. The other side is bad as well, but the biggest problem is this differential being locked up. As you can see, I'm turning it, and instead of it spinning, it's just locking and moving the bearing up. So what we're going to attempt to do here, there it goes. As you can see, it's pretty bad. She's been neglected for a while and just used and used and used, and luckily these old Hondas, they can really take the abuse. Just getting it in here, working it over, and go ahead and replace the entire differential. Do all the axle bearings, axle seals, and while we got it, I guess we'll put brakes on it. This thing hasn't had brakes since the day I owned it. I attempted to put brakes on there one time, and these things are really bad about leaking and getting water in it. From what I could tell, pretty much all the old 4Tracs, once there's water in the case, those brakes are toast. I've never been able to get them to work correctly. So it was just as cheap whenever I ordered that passenger side bearing and seal to get it with brake shoes. So I guess we'll try again. We don't have a lot of water on this property, so maybe it'll work out, but we'll see. It's been giving a rattle back there since I took it to West Virginia. Went and rode some outlaw trails with some buddies, and as you can imagine, having no brakes, I was pretty rough on it, but we stayed upright and did our thing. But let's go ahead and get into it, see if we can get this fixed. We need this thing back on the rack. Alright, let's do it. Okay, party people, we're back. We got the differential off. And I'm like 90% sure this is factory. Look at that. Yeah, that might be a problem. I don't know who's in charge of the maintenance on this thing, but we're gonna have a talk. This is the drive shaft that goes up the tube to the transmission. Luckily those splines don't look bad in there, they just need to be cleaned up. That's full of rust and junk. It's lovely. This bearing on this side wasn't too terribly horrible, but it definitely is time to go. Now here is the culprit. As you can see, this thing is just full of crap. Let's see if I can do this. Here is the actual center shaft of the differential, and as you can see, that's no bueno, and you can't hardly even spin it. All those bearings, this bearing and them gears in there are probably toast. So we got a whole brand new replacement unit. We're not even going to mess with rebuilding that right now. We'll hang on to this and dive into it just to see how bad it is, but we're going to go ahead and replace it. We'll pick you back up then. Man, having a little bit of a tough time with this thing. Took it on and off about 2 times. This is the 3rd time. I knew something's just not right. We kept having about an 1/8 inch of a gap in between where this part meshes up right here, where it goes up into the shaft. I was like, well, surely, I just don't know. So all the gears fit. It was in the gears and everything. Finally pull it off, and I put a little bit of muscle behind it, and you can see, found out this little ring right here, much smaller ring, that little lip down there is not supposed to be there. This ring's supposed to be here. This is a little ledge and a shell, but where it drops down right here, that little bit of clean metal right there, that is from where tightening down has gotten onto there. So, what we have here is a failure to manufacture a part properly. Apparently the clearance on that mating surface where it's supposed to just slide over that little ledge right there is apparently just a tad small enough to not fit. So we're going to put a pause on this, see what we can come up with for that. I'll get back with you. Man, what a job. It really shouldn't have been, but it definitely turned out to be. The problem was we went ahead and buttoned up everything. Really needed to get this done. The problem wound up being is this part right here has a little collar on the inside that this fits over. And these lovely parts right here, Chinese and special, wound up wasn't milled out to spec. So, but we got it figured out. Took the Dremel tool, grinded off in the inside, took the micrometer to see where we needed to be. It was way off. That was like 3 inches, 3.53 is what the collar was, and the inside of the new part was 3.46 or 45. Either way, quite a ways off from where it needed to be right. So that's kind of why I didn't pick up the camera. Otherwise, I'd have tried the video more. We're gonna give it a test and fill her up with some gear oil, and definitely keep a better eye on that, because I don't want to do this again. Would have been a bad job if not for that. But, and got some brakes on there. I know you can't see it, but we'll see how that does. Like I said, come with it. So we figured we'd give it a try. Now just throw some tires on there, throw some gear oil, press the old go button, see what she does. Hopefully it's a lot better. Catch you later. Welcome back, everybody. We kind of rushed through that whole
working on the 4-wheeler deal. It was a matter of importance, needed to get that done. But we're back out here, as you can see. Got that rear end replaced. She's doing great. Glad to have her back so we can get our chores done and ride fences and do whatever we need and use her like today. Today what we're doing is, this is our little working area for us. We kind of have a separate, I'll call it a safety zone if you will, but it's somewhere we keep this little white table here that folds up. We'll keep it out here while we're working calves, and it basically just gives us a place to put everything we need while we're working them, such as vaccines, sprays, wormer, whatever, tags. Gives us a nice place to have everything. But what we're trying to do is, you can see right here, what we've done is I've just kind of taken some extra of this screenings, I guess you call it, and that's what is the floor in here in this sweep tub. And the extra bit made kind of an apron, and the extra I just kind of shoved over here to start making a little working area for us, because as you can see, it's pretty much just mud, and you know, we're trying to keep mud down here and keep a nice little working area for us. So eventually it may be concrete. I don't know if the working area will be concrete, but we're going to shove the squeeze chute's gonna get moved one last time, and we're gonna pour a pad for it. I just did not have the time this time to pour a pad, and then the weather wasn't cooperating, so we'll be doing that again later on. But which will help, because that'll bring it about up level with the scale, so that'll help with that transition. But we're just gonna be shoveling out some rock. Now we're gonna jump on the 4-wheeler, give it that old go button. Just brush it out a bit. Pick up some of these tags. Hey, I like that custom bend on the rake there. All right, everybody. That's not looking bad for one little load. We'll probably bring one more load to top her off and finish everything off. Got a little bit of grass poking through. We'll come back in the summer and kill this grass off, and once we get this next load in here, I'll run the 4-wheeler back and forth over it a couple times, pack it down, and then she'll be stuck. We'll probably bring a little more out for the end of the head gate and the chute right here, and then we'll be set to roll. Like I said, if you can do something about, maybe not every day, but every once in a while, here and there, you know, just improve something. It don't have to be big. Something like this. We have a gravel pile sitting over here just for stuff like this. You know, luckily it don't cost that much, and we can just have a big 22-ton load dropped off, and over the year as we need it, different spots, we can use it. We bought this for the sweep tub, and now we're using it for this. So it's made a big difference. And what we'll do is we'll take this same rock right here, and we'll run it over there in the loadout chute as well, and just kind of help clean everything up and give a better working area in these high traffic areas. You know, them running over it really kills the grass and creates a big mud hole, and I don't like mud holes. Cows don't like mud holes. A little bit of work goes a long way. Like I said, do what you can, keep up the good work, and we appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.